From the home of the Mariners since 1999, T-Mobile Park here in Seattle. Major League Baseball on tap. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Seattle Mariners. All right, we'll be back. And today's starting pitcher, Luis Castillo. What should we keep an eye on here?
Well, I'm interested to see how he utilizes his sinker to this lineup, Boog. You know, it's not necessarily his go-to primary pitch, but he does mix it in when he needs it. He's just got to make sure that it's not flat. Otherwise, it's going to get hit hard. So look for him to throw it up there when he needs a big double play, a ground ball, something like that to get out of an inning, change it up. Get those hitters looking down so that it opens up the top of the strike zone, especially late in an at-bat.
Hammered down the right side, but foul. Swing and a pop-off in foul ground. 2 down. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. Ha! Vladimir Guerrero Jr., that swing so reminiscent of his dad. Lots of pop. That misses the zone, and that is ball 1. To third. Whips it to first. And Guerrero is set. And the Blue Jays go down 1-2. Brendan Donovan getting ready to hit.
Third baseman, number 33, Brendan Donovan.
And there's a foul ball. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. And there's one away.
Batting second, first baseman, Josh Naylor.
No, that's low. Ball.
Liner snagged it first. 2 down, base is empty. Cal Raleigh digs in now. He has, as they like to say,
Let me guess, Boog. Light tower power?
That's right. Hard hit to third. Fires over to Guerrero. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Scoreless after 1. We move ahead to the top of the second now. And now for the Jays, Dalton Varsho. right through there for a strike.
Looks like he's just sizing him up there. Really good pitch to hit, but he took it all the way. Sometimes guys just want to set their timing later on in the game. That may be a pitch that he turns on.
Foul ball, still 0-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Popped up to the left into foul ground. One down.
Batting fifth, catcher Alejandro Kirk.
That's a ball.
And a big swing and a miss.
Boog, one of our favorites. Jerry Hillsdale umpiring behind home plate in this one. Pretty much by the book with his strike zone.
And because he's so by the book, you'll sometimes see pitchers questioning him. They'll make a good pitch on the edge of the zone, want the strike, and not get the call. But most of the time, Jerry gets it right. He's a good one. Jesus Sanchez in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball.
Backdoor
Outside,
breaking
that's a
ball
ball.
just missed right there, and boy, umpire didn't give him the call. I bet you if he throws it again, hitter knows he's going to have to swing it.
2 down, nobody on. And that drops in for a strike. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Payoff pitch. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout. Bottom of the second, so now it's the Mariner cleanup hitter, Julio Rodriguez. Checks swing, and he went. Strike one. Gausman, more than 100 career wins on the mound, a former first-round pick back in 2012. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Out towards right center field. Varsho after it. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. And a good start to the inning.
I'd say a mistake pitch in an 0-2 count. Too good of a pitch to hit right there. You have to expand the zone. Keep that leadoff man off first base.
And that one is lifted in the air. Sanchez gets under it. Takes it in for the out. Luke Raley up next for the Mariners. And he swings and misses at the initial offering.
From a pitcher's perspective, that's a beautiful splitter right there. As a hitter, you don't like it, but he's commanded his fastball, and out of that same tunnel, that splitter comes, and the bottom just falls out of it.
Outside low. Ball one. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Runner on the go. Pitch misses inside. Safe at second, and that was not close.
Couldn't have picked a better pitch to go on. It looked like he was going no matter what, but you steal bases so many times off the pitcher. You get
big stock center field. Could be extra bases. And it gets by him. In comes the first run of the game. It's 1-0 Mariners. And he'll reach second with one away.
Well, does a great job of letting that runner steal second base, get in the scoring position, come through with the base knock. You add a run.
Swing and a pop-up. Out number 2. J.P. Crawford gets a chance to hit. In the air, left field. Sanchez has a beat on it, and the inning is over. RBI double for the M's. Back at T-Mobile Park, and now for the Jays, Kazuma Okamoto. Right through there for a strike. Check swing.
That's a ball.
He held up. And 1-1. Misses
Ball.
just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. Now he breaks his bat. Toss to Naylor. Leadoff hitter gone in the third.
Batting eighth, second baseman Ernie Clement.
On the ground. To first. First two batters retired here in the top of the third. Here's Andres Jimenez.
Ball.
Gets under it and pops it up. A Rosarena on his horse. Track. It down for the out. And that'll do it. 9. Bottom of the inning. And stepping in for the Mariners, Randy Arozarena.
Hurt.
Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Misses the catch. So a man on base to start the inning. The Rosarena on the move. Pitching for a strike. And safe. It's a stolen base.
Ball.
Runner in scoring position, nobody out here in the last half of the third. And a foul ball. The 1-2. Got him swinging. No messing around with the pitch calling in that sequence right there. 4 pitches, all fastballs.
Yeah. And that makes me think that was the plan before the at-bat even started. If you think you can simply just beat a guy with only your fastball, why throw him anything else until he shows you he can handle it?
Fires over to Guerrero. That's the second out.
Up next for the Mariners.
And now for Seattle, Cal Raleigh. Grounded out his first time up. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Carrying well. Onto the track, and he makes the catch. Onto the fourth. Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, George Springer.
Well, these Jays just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
Struck him out looking. That K is his third of the game.
Up next for the Blue Jays, right fielder Addison Barker.
Missed with
That's
a
a ball.
changeup, and that's ball 1.
And obviously, a lot of credit for all those chases and strikeouts goes to the pitching. It's been nasty, but you can bet this offense is trying to figure out some way to put up a better fight.
And the tying run is on base.
Boog, I don't think that pitch would have been called a strike, but
Up next,
he did such a nice job of pulling his hands tight to the body and just getting enough of the barrel on it to be hard enough back up the middle for a knock.
Vladdy in the box now as he looks at ball 1. Second plate appearance of the day for him. There's 1, and that's 2. 1 hit in the inning, but no one left. And midway in the fourth, it's the Mariners 1 and the Jays nothing. This is Mariners baseball on the show Northwest. Bottom 4, so now it's the Mariner cleanup hitter, Julio Rodriguez. Yeah, that's fouled off. Foul ball there. Gets a piece and stays alive. The 0-2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And the 0-2. Ball one there. This one belted deep left field. On its way, gone. A solo shot. And they tack on to their lead. It's 2-0.
A breaking ball on the inside part of the play requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
Swings through that one. 0-1.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
The 1-1. And that is out of play. Here's a 1-2. Swing and a ball popped in the air. One away. So up next, Luke Raley. He doubled home a run in his first AB.
Oh, yeah.
That one missing
That's
inside.
the ball.
Looks like he's being a little cautious with him in this at bat after doubling the first time up. Doesn't want to make another mistake.
The 2-2 on the way. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Sets him down on strikes. Some high cheese for strike 3. In the air, right field. And that is that. All set for the start of the inning. Now the Toronto 4-hole hitter, Dalton Varsho.
Well, these Blue Jays just aren't putting together very many good at-bats in this one. Just one base runner to this point, and it's not exactly early anymore. They've got players in this lineup capable of sparking something, but it just hasn't happened for them yet.
Ball.
The 2-2. Fouled off, and they'll do it again.
Great swing and solid contact. Just a little too quick. He's got to stay back a little longer.
Almost got him. That one misses.
That's out.
So
Ball
a lead
four.
off walk. Rudder takes off. Pitching for a strike. No throw, safe at second.
Ball.
This one in the air, center field. And there's one down. So now with one away and a man at second. Now the left fielder,
ball.
Jesus Sanchez.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout. Pretty rare location right there, right down the middle. This guy paints the edges. I'm not sure if you're going to see that pitch again as a hitter.
Swing and a high fly ball right field. That one back, that one on its way, and it's gone. And we're all square. It's 2-2. That one just sounded different.
Man, might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth.
This one in the air right field. That's out number 2. Here's the second baseman, Ernie Clement. That misses off the outside edge. Line drive, base hit right field. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
You know, I was watching his rounds during batting practice today. So impressed with his ability to let the ball travel, go back up the middle and the other way. Sometimes when you step in the box during the game, you get a little anxious and you get away from that. But so far, I've seen him stay consistent with his pregame preparation.
Popped up to the left, into foul ground. And that's the 3rd out. 2 come in on this Seattle homer. 2-2 game. You're watching Mariners baseball on the show. Back in Seattle and stepping in for the Mariners, J.P. Crawford.
J.P. Crawford.
On the ground, right side, and that's just foul. The shortstop takes the ball. This one chopped to first. Guerrero takes it himself, and the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th. Popped up. And a couple of quick outs.
Up next for the
Back to the top of the Seattle order, Brendan
Mariners,
Donovan, the next to hit. A little out front there as he swings through it. Donovan, 29 years old, and he was drafted in the 7th round back in 2018. Two down, nobody on. Swing and a ball popped up. Clement drifts towards it, and that'll do it. Welcome back. It's been a great game, so let's take another look at the most important moments so far. At the plate, George Springer.
Man, I mean, nice job just presenting it to be better than it actually was.
And that one just barely missed. The call is overturned. They'll keep both their challenges. Tap foul at the plate. Hit weakly on the ground. Donovan. Now the throw to first on the run. And it beats him. What a play.
Heat! Ha!
Well struck, deep right field, way back and out of here. A solo shot. And the Blue Jays have the lead now. It's 3-2. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back.
On the ground, right side. And that one handled. Gets it to first. Fine play in the hole for the out. 2 outs, base is empty. And now it's Dalton Varsho. Sliced hard, but foul down the left side. 0-1 now. Oh, he hit him.
You hit him.
And that got him pretty flush. Out towards right center field, and that's got extra bases written all over it. And that's going to roll to the wall, headed for the plate. He'll score easily, and they lead by 2.
Comes through with the RBI. I love the approach he had right there with that pitch. Not trying to do too much, but still looking to drive it, and that's exactly what he's able to do into the opposite field gap for the double.
So the call will stand. So they'll lose their first challenge. Runner at second, 2 down, and we're in the top half of the 6th. Base hit into the outfield. Kirk coming home. He'll score. They lead by 3, 5-2. Now Kazuma Okamoto. That one is absolutely belted way back there. And that's a foul ball. Can't glove it cleanly. And no shot to get him at first. There's 2 aboard. First and second, 2 outs. Ernie Clement will hit next. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. Makes the catch, inning over. 3 runs on 3 hits. A solo shot. 2-3. Bottom of the 6th. And now for Seattle, Josh Naylor. On the ground, right side. He takes it on his own. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Up next for the Mariners, catcher Dal Rockie.
That's in for a strike.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get a swing. Not very often you see a hitter lay off a cookie like that.
And it's fouled away. The 0-2. And a swing and a miss. 2 away. And now it's Julio Rodriguez.
Hit an absolute tape measure shot last time up.
Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
I'm impressed by the number of first pitch strikes. He's not afraid of contact. Some guys, they'll nibble just because they don't want to get hit hard. That's not what we're seeing here.
And the Mariners set down 1-2-3. It's the Carlos Vargas taking over on the mound.
Pretty tight game, so they're looking for quality pitches out of him right here. Got to do his best to keep the score right where it is.
This one popped up, and that's foul. Here's a 1-2. Ripped in the air, left field, and a touchdown for a base hit. Man aboard on the off single.
Up next for the Blue Jays, the designated hitter, George Springer.
And first pitch fastball is in for a strike. Fouled off left side. Here's the 0-2. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Third time he struck out in this one, and definitely an individual performance you want to flush. He just hasn't looked very comfortable up there. Just one of those days. But when you're still winning the ball game, at least you can focus on doing your part to maintain that lead and getting that W.
Charger. The
That's the
next to
ball.
hit takes ball one. Man at first, one away. Hit on the ground to the right side. And foul ball. Popped up left side. And there are two down.
Up next for the Blue Jays, first baseman Vladimir Guerrero.
That one missed. Right through there for a strike. Jimenez off of first with two away. That's down and in.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Swing and a ball popped in the air. And that is that. Blue Jays held in check. They're still out in front 5-2. Set for the last half of the seventh. And stepping in for the Mariners, Cole Young. To the right side, Guerrero. He'll do it himself. One pitch and one out.
Up next for the Mariners, designated hitter, Luke Raley.
This one in the air. Okamoto under it. And there's two down.
Up next for the Mariners, right fielder Dominic Canzone.
Now it's the right fielder, Dominic Canzone. Swing and a miss at one above the zone.
Pretty amazing. His first pitch strike percentage over 90%. You know you're getting something in the zone first pitch. So if you're a hitter, got to be ready to let it fly, even though he's had a lot of success.
Makes the grab on the run. And that is that. Nobody left for Seattle. They trail it 5. Back in Seattle, and now the Toronto cleanup hitter, Dalton Varsho.
That missed. That's a ball. That's the ball.
Great hitter at the dish. If you're going to miss, you've got to miss outside the zone. You miss inside the strike zone.
No, that's out.
You'll be asking the umpire for a new baseball.
And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Varsho not happy about that called strike. Here's the challenge. And it's going to stay a strike. No challenges left for them now. That one misses.
That's ball four.
So a
Take your
leadoff
base.
walk.
Up next for the Blue Jays, catcher Alejandro Kirk.
Outside, ball.
He hasn't wanted to challenge him. Both of those pitches off the plate away. Don't expect anything down the heart of the plate.
Yeah.
You may just have to be patient and take your walk here.
Gets the call. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one way inside. And that's a strikeout looking. That was pretty nasty.
Well, just excellent location on that inside fastball. Really locked him up. And as a hitter, it's not typically what you're looking for. You're trying to protect away and then in. So you can be a little bit tardy with 2 strikes. Hard to tell if he was fooled or if he thought it would be called a ball. But either way, that's a really nice pitch.
Here goes the runner. And a foul ball. Pitch misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. And there's a strike. Good heater at 98. Stays alive. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Frustrating end to the at-bat for the hitter.
Here comes the manager out of the dugout, and he'll make a move for the bullpen.
For the Mariners, number 26.
Okamoto in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Drilled out towards left center field. Arozarena after it. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. That situation navigated to perfection by the Mariner bullpen. Last half of the 8th coming up. It's the Blue Jays 5 and the Mariners 2. Back now, new pitcher on the mound as we roll into the bottom of the 8th, Jimmy Garcia. Toronto's bullpen with some action. Jeff Hoffman, the closer, is getting ready and perhaps looking at a long save opportunity here. Rogers getting loose as well. And there's a rocket into the outfield. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The throw in. Not in time. That's a leadoff double.
A well-deserved double on a great swing. Got everything going on time. He stayed balanced and he squared it up about as well as you could possibly ask. Now that sets up a huge at-bat in this ballgame.
High fly ball lifted in the air right field. He's got it. Runner tags at second. Caught in between, trying for third now. Applies the tag, and they get 2. Double play.
Definitely a weird play right there, and it changes the outlook of the inning completely. Nice job by the defense to take advantage and get 2 outs out of it, but on the flip side, I have to think they're going to have some discussions and probably some lessons learned about the base running decisions that were made. Just missed with that backdoor breaking ball. If he gets a swing and miss or called strike, 0-2 count. Instead, it's 1-1. Look for him to go back to that pitch later in this at bat.
Now, missed. 2 down, nobody on. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Swing, and that ball smashed down a line. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Well, when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like he did right there.
So, runner at second, 2 down. Here's Josh Naylor. Ground ball to the right side. He gets there with the slide, and that's a great play for the out. Back at T-Mobile Park, and now for the Jays, Ernie Clement.
Ball, that's low.
That's inside.
Ball.
Swings through that one for strike 1.
Sold it really well with the arm speed. Swung underneath it, so a changeup that stayed a little bit more on plane than what he was anticipating.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And a strikeout for the first out here in the 9th. That one's no balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch,
No,
a
that's
slider
outside.
that misses
Ball.
outside. And he dodges that fastball. Popped up. Young under it. He makes the grab, and there's 2 away.
Up next, For the Blue Jays, the designated hitter, George Springer.
Here's George Springer, 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, and he's grounded out. Close,
no, that missed. That's a ball.
0-1. Cut on and missed 96 with that fastball. Fastball for a strike.
Throwing the ball well, and they need to score this inning in relief right here.
Springer swings through that one. It's a strikeout. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. It's the Blue Jays 5 and the Mariners 2. And welcome back to the ballpark. Digging in, Cal Raleigh.
Here, what?
Gets him to chase after that one. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. The 0-2. And there's a ball. That one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
In the air, fairly deep to right field. Barger under this one. And there's one down.
Up next for the Mariners, center fielder, Julio Rodriguez.
Foul ball. Strike 2.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone right now. Get a swing and miss and get through this at bat.
Chases in the dirt. Slider there. Catcher has it. Fires to first. Out on the drop. 3rd strike. 2 gone.
Well, we saw a solid effort out of their starter, and the bullpen is following suit. It's just a good day as a manager or as a pitching coach. You can hand the ball off to multiple arms and get stability from all of their performances.
Ripped to right. And it banks off his mitt.
Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Raley, the next to hit, takes outside. The Jays trying to close out a 3-run lead. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. They're down to their final strike. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. Good job to fight that one off. And they'll do it again. The 1-2. High fly ball, right field. And that is the ball game.
Well, this was a tightly played game. Got a little of everything. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching and defense in certain spots. Definitely a fun one to watch.
And your final score, 5-2.
I know it might sound crazy. I still can see you dancing inside my head. Yeah. Is it alright if I call you on a Sunday night? Ooh, baby, is it okay if I hold you till the morning? Ooh, you make my heart beat like a bass drum. You make my soul sing like the morning sun. You make the earth shake like an earthquake. You make the world go round, babe. Wow, yeah. I'll admit, baby, since you came into my life, I have been a mess. Yeah, only you can save me, 'cause it feels like I'm drowning and you're my best. Wow. Is it alright if I call you on a Sunday night? Oh, baby, is it okay if I hold you in the moonlight? Ooh, you make my heart beat like a bass drum. You make my soul sing like the morning sun. You make the earth shake like an earthquake. You make the world go round, babe. Yeah. Ooh, you make my world. You make my world. You make my world go round, babe. You make my world. You make my looking at my wrist, I'm on time.
On the corner of Dave Niehaus Way and Edgar Martinez Drive, welcome. On the hill for the Mariners, Bryce Miller. What do we need to know here?
He has a great ability to command a game, Boog, but in order for that to happen today, he's got to limit damage, make smart pitches, and avoid big innings. If he were a golfer, we'd say he needs to avoid any double bogeys out there, and if he does, his scorecard is going to look pretty good at the end of the day.
Up the middle, into the outfield, base hit. So a man on base to start the inning. And now it's Matt Olson's turn to hit. Runner on the go, pitching for a strike. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
Well, he's batting leadoff, and he's acting like a traditional leadoff hitter. Gets on base to start the game, then puts himself on second with a nice stolen bag. I think that sets the tone for the offense for sure.
Rolled slowly to first, and a foul ball. To the right side. Naylor steps on the bag. One out in the top of the first.
That's the ball.
Starts him off with the breaking ball, which isn't surprising. They're trying to keep him off balance, but he's been known to connect on the breaking stuff too.
One away with a runner at third.
Hey!
In the air, right field. Robles on his way over. He's got it. Runner tags for home. The throw in. Safe. And they take the lead. Drake Baldwin, the next to hit. And that's outside. And it's 1-0. There's a strike. Fastball for a strike. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. 2 down, nobody on. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again.
Some real good life going through the zone on that one.
Misses off the inside. It's 2-2. That one to first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. On to the bottom of the first. Rodriguez digs in now. Swing and a miss. There's the slider. It's 0-1. Now fly ball to right center. Acuna on the move. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. One away.
Batting second, the third baseman, Brendan Donovan.
Foul ball there. Go 1. Swings through that. Swings through it for the K. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3. 2 down, base is empty. Here's Josh Naylor. Out in front with the swing, and that is strike 1.
Oh.
Up the mid. Out with room to spare, and that's the inning. Top of the second, now in for the Braves, Austin Riley.
Hey.
Riley was a kid in high school that was scouted by most teams as a pitcher. In fact, 95% of the teams wanted him as a pitcher. And I actually asked him, were you interested in being drafted as a pitcher?
Whoa.
And he told me directly, no, I hated it. My arm hurt all the time. Fights it off. He'll see another. This one in the air, center field. And that's got extra bases written all over it. Around second is Riley. Safely into third with a leadoff triple.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. That pitch came off the bat really well into center field, and he clearly put a nice swing on it. And anytime you can get one to drop in out there, you know you stung it pretty good, because it seems like center fielders these days.
On the ground. They score a run thanks to the infield single. And here comes Ozzie Albies to the dish. That one fouled off. Here comes the 0-1.
Oh.
Ripped to right. Makes the grab.
No, that's a ball.
Challenge from behind the dish here. Not far out of the zone, but it was a ball. Still one challenge left for them. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Robles under it. Out number 2.
Batting ninth, the shortstop, Mauricio Dubon.
Here's Mauricio Dubon. And first offering is fouled off. Dubon in his 6th season, 31 years old. He's usually in center, but today starting at shortstop. On the ground at first. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. A run, a hit. Bottom of the second. So now it's the Mariner cleanup hitter, Victor Robles. Slider right there. Swing and a line drive, base hit out of the center field. And a good start to the inning.
Batting fifth, the left fielder.
I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
Out there to center. Harris under it. And And there's one away. One out man at first. And stepping in for the Mariners, Cole Young. That's ripped. Base hit. Harris fires it in quickly, and that forces the runner to hold on at second. 2 on with 1 away. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. Runner around third. He'll score easily. It's an RBI single, and now they trail by 1.
Well, back within 1 as he brings home the run. So impressive that he didn't get tied up or jammed on that pitch inside. Instead, good quick hands allowed him to get the barrel to it, just shoot it up the middle of the field for that knock.
Leo Rivas swings through it for strike 1. And fouled off.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up, try to track the ball, block it if you have to, as far as just a late
Swings and misses, struck him out.
just a great slider right there. And I think the key for pitchers and what hitters don't want to see is if a pitcher misses with that pitch, that he misses off the rather than in the middle of the strike zone. And right there, excellent execution, and it finished up in a perfect spot.
Swing and a ground ball. In plenty of time to first. They limit the damage here. All set for the start of the inning. Now the leadoff spot for the Braves, Ronald Acuna Jr. Not even close there. Ball 1. Liner caught at second. And there's the strike. Olson wants to challenge this. Thought it was a ball. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. They'll keep both their challenges. The 1-0.
Huh.
Comebacker to the mound. Over to first. First 2 batters retired here in the top of the 3rd.
Up next for Atlanta, the designated hitter.
2 outs, base is empty. And the batter now, Jurickson Profar.
That's a ball.
Check
Yeah.
swing, but he went too far. That's strike 1. Drops in for a hit, couldn't run it down, and that keeps the inning alive.
Up next for Atlanta, the catcher, Gray.
Foul ball. And now the 0-1. Right through there for a strike. Just outside. Going to count 1 and 2. Keeps the at bat going with a foul ball. Sets him down on strikes. That was pretty nasty. 1 left for Atlanta as they're unable to add to their 2-1 lead. Bottom of the inning. Here's the Mariners leadoff man, Julio Rodriguez. First pitch, and he has to get out of the way. That one ripped right center field. And that gets down into the gap. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. Not in time. That's a leadoff double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Put a really nice balanced swing on it, and when you can rope one into the gap like that, you're thinking extra bases from the first couple of steps out of the box, and he'll feel real good about that one.
The 0-1, runner takes off. Fouled off. He was late.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed.
Runner goes again. Pitch misses. Throws short, hops him at third, and gets down the line. And in comes the runner from second to score. A big mistake there.
Well, catchers can get a little excited right here when it's a shorter throw, but anything offline could result in a run. And right there, the throwing error leads to another run scoring.
Battling here as he fouls it away. That's outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. And now it's Josh Naylor. This one in the air center field. And there's 2 away. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far.
The right fielder, number 10, Victor Robles.
Hammered on a line to the left, base hit. And that extends the inning.
That's the ball.
Tied up here in the early going. Runner takes off. There's a ball. Throw, save. That's a stolen base. Worm burner into the outfield for a knock. And they hold him at third. 90 feet away with 2 out. Cole Young getting ready to hit. Picked up a base hit to center his first time up. And that one is lifted in the air. Acuna under it. That is the inning. Start of the 4th. So now to the plate for Atlanta, Austin Riley.
You know, these Braves doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of them. They're doing a good job of working the pitch count, and they've been able to push a couple of runs across to score as well.
That misses the zone. Ball 3.
Still relatively early, but with the pair of runs already on the board, the ripple effect of that high pitch count might set them up to do more damage later in this game.
Center field. Robles on his way over. And there's one down.
Oh!
All tied up. Top half of inning number 4. And that one hammered. That's got a chance. On the warning track. And hauls it in.
Man, he hammered that one to center. I thought it was out of here, but Wynn just absolutely killed it.
Here is Ozzie Albies up to hit.
That's the ball. Huh.
In the air, left field. Arozarena on his horse.
That's a ground rule double.
Now as it hops the wall and foul ground. Sliced hard but foul. Man on second, 2 down. That one way inside. The 1-1 is fouled off. Good job to fight that one off. The 1-2. Just misses the mark outside the zone. Got him swinging. Third out, and that ends the frame. Back in Seattle. Now the Mariners catcher, Cal Raleigh.
Bowling. Huh.
Outside low, and that's ball 3.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
That's ripped, and this one could be extra bases. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The relay throw, but he's in there easily.
But when you fall behind in the count, you've got to come into the zone, and then guys have a better chance of hitting the ball hard like he did right there.
Swings through that one. And a swing and a miss.
2 really good back-to-back sliders. Now in an 0-2 count. He's feeling real confident about finishing this hitter off. He can go anywhere he wants.
That's to third. Riley fires to first. 1 out in the bottom of the 4th. Dominic Panzone will hit next. Rolled out to second in his first at bat.
Getting a little frustrated with the strike zone.
Taps softly to the right side. Olson. He takes it on his own, and he's out.
He's great hitting the ball the other way, and that pitch did a good job to straighten him up a bit. Mission accomplished. If he doesn't get a knock right here, that pitch he just took is going to eat at him for a while. You might not see another pitch like that from a top-level guy like this.
Ball 2.
And a foul ball. He stays alive.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone.
He's got him swinging. It's a strikeout. Huge strikeout there.
Well, needed a big strikeout to get out of danger. Turned to the deception of that changeup. Great execution. Really sold it with the arm speed. Had his opponent way out on that.
We go to the top of the 5th. Now in for the Braves, Mauricio Dubon.
You know, these Braves just haven't produced as many competitive at-bats as I'd like to see in this one. They haven't run a single count full in this ball game, and that's just wild to me. That stat alone shows they're making it way too easy to get them out.
Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike. Next offering in there for a strike, and that's strike 1. That one misses.
That's 4. Take your base.
So a leadoff walk.
Up next for Atlanta. Fielder number 13, Ronald Acuna.
Ball 1.
You don't want to get beat by a fastball in, and he spits on that one.
Up the middle, and a base hit. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. Throw comes in. Runner stopped. Second and third. Nobody out. Matt Olson stepping to the plate in a big spot now. That one not close. Ball 1. And another ball. Fought off foul. Swing and a miss. And the count's even at 2. That one missing inside. Look out!
Time.
And it hit
That
him.
hit him. Take your base.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Bryce Miller won't go any further.
For the Mariners, number 45, Jose.
That clips a corner.
The opportunity for a huge inning exists right here.
Oh, he hit him.
Hit him.
And that brings
First
home
base.
a run.
Up next for Atlanta.
All loaded up. Drake Baldwin, the next to hit.
You need a strikeout, and you need a ball perhaps on the ground for a double play, or get yourself a pop-up, something, but you've got to make some pitches. But if he can battle and get through this, he can earn some points.
That one is absolutely belted. Way back there, it's got a chance. And it's off the wall. Runner around third on his way to the plate. He's safe. And they clear the bases. And they're up by 4.
Man, that's a huge 3 RBI double in a spot where they really needed it.
Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
Shot into the gap, and that should bring in the run. Baldwin around third. He'll score. It's 7-2. And in its second with an RBI double.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Carrying well. Got a good jump on it, tracks it down. Runner tags and will move up to third.
The batter number 1.
Ozzie Albies up to the plate. Line drive, base hit. Riley comes in to score. It's an RBI single. It's 8-2. Swing and a foul back. That's out of play. The 0-1. And that one fouled off. Ferrer. Who lights up the radar gun. He features a sinker, a changeup, a four-seamer, and he works in a slider. The 0-2. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. The big 6 spot already on the board this inning, and we're at the top of the 5th. Off balance feed, there's one. On to first, save. So they get one. A really nice try there. And next for Atlanta. Gabe Spire comes on now.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
That one finds the corner. 1-2. The shortstop takes the ball.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really.
Got him swinging for the strikeout. Inning over, although plenty of damage done. Back at T-Mobile Park, and now for Seattle, Brendan Donovan. Chris Sale back to work. Broken bat, and it's popped up. And a foul ball.
Well, every pitcher wants a run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
That one pushed foul, out of play off to the left. Strike 2. Swing and a miss for the strikeout. He picks up his 5th strikeout on the hill. 1 out, man at first. Here's Victor Robles. He's 2 for 2. On the ground to short. Quickly to second for 1. Double play.
Yep, got him.
What a twin killing, Dan. We're back with a look at key moments so far in this one. And now Ronald Acuna Jr.
Oh.
Well, here's a player who hits the ball a mile when he connects. In fact, Acuna is the first player in the StatCast era to hit 10 straight home runs, all traveling more than 420 feet. He's not exactly just clearing the fences out there.
Just
that's off the
missed.
plate.
There's the strike, 95 of that one. Gets a piece and stays alive. Payoff pitch. Foul ball, and it remains a full count. Got him looking for the K. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout.
Nope, that's away.
The Braves up big in this one, and we're the top half of the sixth.
That's a ball.
That's outside. 3 balls, no strikes. And that's
Take it back.
outside of this ball 4, and he's on base. Here's far down. That's
a
one
ball.
misses. That's 5 straight.
Strike one.
And
Oh.
that's off the inside edge. 2-1. 1 at second. Over to first, but he beats it. And a foul ball. Foul ball there. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. Has room, and he makes the catch. Braves strand 1. They lead at 8-2. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And stepping in for the Mariners, Randy Arozarena. Right through there for a strike.
Well, he had a pretty good look at that pitch and not sure exactly what tied him up there. Couldn't pull the trigger, and perhaps the best pitch he'll see in this at bat to hit.
Handles, throws the first. Leadoff man retired in the 6th.
The batter, number 2, second baseman, Cole Young.
Yeah, that's fouled off. The Mariners with a lot of ground to make up here in the bottom of the 6th. This one in the air. And a couple of quick outs. Now the Mariners catcher, Cal Raleigh, a switch hitter batting right. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. That is the inning.
Now pitching.
New pitcher now. Edward Bizardo.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. Still 2 challenges left for them.
Strike. Whew.
Swing and a miss. Tied him up on a fastball inside.
Oh.
As far as ballpark food, one of my favorite places is San Francisco.
Garlic fries, yo.
Garlic fries, and you got the lobster roll out there in the outfield if you want to make the walk all the way out there.
It's great, though, broadcasting a game with that zoo breath where you could just, I mean, absolutely levitate some people with your breath. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. Now he's challenging the called strike, and after review, it was a ball. Good eye. So they've still got both their challenges. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. He can't make it back to the bag in time, and he's on it first. Now one down. So now to the plate for Atlanta. Ozzie Albies. That one pushed to the left and foul.
But we got the crab fries in Philadelphia. Is that right?
Yep.
No.
And
It's
then
been a long time for me.
Boog's Barbecue at Oriole Park.
I knew you'd go there.
That's right.
Yeah. Anyway, you can work in your name, huh?
That's right. On the ground, the third might be two. Toss to Naylor, and Albies is retired. Check swing, he held up. Ball one.
Ball two.
Fastball almost got him there. And that's a strike.
Pretty good pitch. Backed up a little bit, expecting it to go middle away, and it just sort of stayed on the inside corner. Probably good take, because he would have gotten jammed had he swung the bat.
Got it. Third out. It's the Braves 8 and the Mariners 2. Back in Seattle, and now for Seattle, Leo Rivas. This to center field. And he makes the catch. And there's one away. Got it started a little too early. Strike one.
I'm impressed by the number of first pitch strikes. He's not afraid of contact. Some guys, they'll nibble just because they don't want to get hit hard. That's not what we're seeing here.
Two away. So back to the top of the order. And now the center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. Tap foul at the plate. Two down, nobody on.
Good purpose pitch right there. Trying to tease him, get him to raise his sights, pop something up, and make it an easy out.
Foul ball left side. He'll see another. Sale and a 1-2. No question about this one. It's out of here. He circles the bases, and they cut into the lead. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat. Power versus power right there, like two locomotives colliding. Who's going to win? But a really good job there by the hitter, getting the top hand working. Powers that fastball out of here.
Swing and a miss, and he was fooled. Action in the pen down there. Yoel Payamps, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Wentz getting cranked up as well. Next offering is fouled back. 1-2 now. Left field. And that's the inning. The Mariners pick up a run thanks to this solo homer. It's now 8-3. Back at T-Mobile. New pitcher for the Mariners. Carlos Vargas.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleeding and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
Tosses to the pitcher covering the bag. Barely got him for the out close play. First pitch just misses. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. That's out number 2. 2 down, base is empty. And now Matt Olson up to hit.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat, that fastball was down enough where You're going to catch up to one. That's the one. When he elevates,
now that's strike 3 and the third out. So we take a break. Braves go down. Here comes a new arm for the Braves, Yoel Payams.
and you know, bullpen guys can struggle sometimes when they're called upon with big leads because it just doesn't have the same intensity as a tight game.
Here's a drive out to right center. Way back there. Look out. Gone. He'll take a jog around the bases. And they close the gap. It's 8-4.
That gives them hope they can pull off this comeback. They just need a few more swings like that, and they're back in business. Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one. And, you know, he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side, as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
And now it's Victor Robles up to him. Foul ball.
Well, these Mariners, simply put, are producing a lot of quality swings. 8 of their hits came off the bat at 90 miles per hour or harder. These batters are not getting fooled right now.
The 0-2. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. Slider right there.
A lot of times you'll see a pitcher maybe double up on a pitch. This guy will throw it 3 times, 4 times in a row because hitters just can't lay off of it.
Acuna coming on. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's 2 away. Cole Young up next for the Mariners. 1 for 3. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Whips it to first on the run. What a play. Inning over. 1 run closer for Seattle after this solo shot. It's now 8-4. This is Mariners baseball on
I was
the
already
show
on Fortnite earlier,
Northwest.
but my game was glitchy, so I just hopped on. I'll hop on Fortnite later.
Back in Seattle, so here's the Braves designated hitter, Jurickson Profar.
Oh.
And another ball. Swings through that one for strike 2. Swing and a ball popped up. Naylor settles underneath it. 1 up, 1 down. And here comes the Mariners. So out of the bullpen for the Mariners, Casey Legumina. He's into the game with the bases
that's a
empty.
ball.
Just missed.
Ball.
And a weak ground ball to the left side. Throws across the diamond. Play is made. 2 out.
Up next for Atlanta.
2 outs, base is empty. Here is Austin Riley.
Nope, outside.
Next pitch is outside. And a count 2-1. Comes up empty. That's strike 2. And right back to the mound. Gets it to first. And that is that. Down in order go the Braves. But they still lead it by a count of 8-4. Back at T-Mobile Park. And stepping in for the Mariners, Cal Raleigh. Popped up to the left. Into foul ground. Riley takes it in for the out. 1 down. He swings and fouls 1 off. 1 down, base is empty here in the 9th. In the dirt, and the count is 1-1. Albies over to first in time. Down to the last out for the Mariners. Ian Hamilton taking over on the mound.
And he's got a nice lead to work with, so he should come in throwing strikes, attacking these hitters.
Hammered, base hit. So now back to the top of the order.
Up next for the Mariners,
Julio Rodriguez will hit next.
Coming off an absolute bomb in his last at-bat.
This one in the air center field. Albies gets under it. Ball game. And our final here today, 8-4 for Chris Singleton and our entire crew. I'm John Sciambi saying so long.
Someone call the paramedics, I'm on fire. We don't get together, then we all die. They ain't feeling sympathetic for the small guy. I don't think I'ma regret it when the cars fly. Ain't nothing really like it used to. We got neighbors up like a rooster. It's a booster, help me see the future. I believe in karma, so let's do some. I know you cooped up. I know that LA running, I'll call a Uber. I know that LA weather got you confused, but when you walk in my house, pick your shoes up. I let my hang, I let my chain swing. I'm on a one-on-one, my we're doing the same thing. I need a one-on-one on how I'm supposed to maintain. I need a lane change. Wait, it's all good. It's all good. Come and get it. All kings either get rings or all things are either rich or indebted. What's the cost of me
Check. Rise up, it's true. Coming in
on the corner of Dave Niehaus Way and Edgar Martinez Drive. Welcome to T-Mobile Park. We've got baseball on the show. It's the Chicago White Sox taking on the Seattle Mariners.
and
First pitch coming your way next. All right, ready to go here. Chase Meidroth steps to the plate for the White Sox. Fouled off. He was late.
Good zip on that fastball at the bottom of the zone. If he's there all day, it's going to be a tough one for the hitters. Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
On the ground to first. Naylor takes it to the bag, and an easy out to start the game. Foul ball. The 0-1. That catches the corner.
I mean, that's perfect location right on the black. I mean, over and over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots. They're so tough to do anything with as a hitter.
Just getting started here in Seattle. Close one, doesn't get the call. 2-2. Just missed.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
In the air, right field. 2 away. And now the shortstop, Colson Montgomery. That one finds the zone. No balls, 2 strikes. Ball one there. On the inside corner for called strike 3. Julio Rodriguez getting ready to hit.
Ball.
Pitch misses there, and that's ball 2.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
Makes the catch up against the wall in foul territory. And now we check out the Mariners lineup. With an excellent arm on the mound, Singy, this won't be easy. They'll need to take advantage of the opportunities that they do have.
You're right about that, Boog. Odds are they won't have many chances against this guy, but if they can rattle him out of the gates, they'll have a shot. If not, look out. It might be a long day for this offense.
Ball 1.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Benintendi on the move. And there are 2 down. Here's Josh Naylor. Swings and sends a rocket to right. Brings it in. That is the inning. Top of the second. So up now for Chicago, Miguel Vargas. The 0-1. And a foul ball. Wu, an all-star a season ago, 26 years old, and he was a 6th round draft pick in 2021. The 1-2. Good job to fight that one off.
Flew open a little bit with that front shoulder, but was able to slow his bat down just enough to make contact with that pitch, keep the at-bat alive. Well, he's having a tough time getting a pitch by him. As a hitter, you feel pretty confident that you're seeing different pitches still able to make some type of contact.
There's a swing and a drive. That one carrying. Out of here. All muscle to center field, and they jump ahead in the second. It's 1-0.
Boog, his plan was to hit the ball hard, and he was going to figure out the rest later. You can't argue with those results. Well, he put a really nice swing on that one, and everything was on time. Took a direct path to the ball. Excellent extension, and just drove it out of here. Nothing better than when the ball jumps off your bat like that.
Up the middle. What a stop. Throw to first. In the dirt. He picks it. And that's a great play. Munetaka Murakami, the next to hit. And that's through there for a strike. 0-1. Sharp grounder. That's through for a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Ball.
Strike 1.
Strike.
Rolled softly, but that goes foul. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Got him looking. Now 2 out.
That was a really nice pitch call for that put-away slider right there. You look at the sequence in that at-bat, and he hadn't thrown it yet, so this makes it really tough to recognize and fight off with 2 strikes. I'm sure it looked like a fastball all the way until it wasn't.
Next is the DH, a switch hitter, Edgar Quero.
Ball.
Right through there for a strike.
Those are the pitches that make you wonder if this offense is being too patient with their approach. Lots of fastballs in for strikes, not even a swing. They're more than capable of making contact with those pitches, so they need to let it fly.
They take the force out, and that is the inning. Seattle gets a little closer on this solo homer. Back at T-Mobile Park, and stepping in for the Mariners, Randy Arozarena. Into the outfield, base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. I know it was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
The 1-0. Arozarena on the move. Pitching for a strike. Safe at second, and that was not close. And the tying run is now in scoring position. Laser to the gap should score the run. Arozarena flies around third. He'll score, and the Mariners have tied the game. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Well, that was a great job of letting that runner steal second base, get into scoring position, come through with the base knock. You add a run.
So digging in, Cal Raleigh. This guy with light tower power. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. One on, nobody out, a run in, bottom half of inning number 2. This one in the air, center field. Acuna on his way over. He's got it. Runner tags at second. Applies the tag, and they get 2. Double play. Swings through that one for strike 1. And a foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. That completes the strikeout, inning over. RBI double for the M's. All even at 1 apiece. This is on to the 3rd inning. So up now for Chicago, Luis Angel Acuna. In there at the knees for a strike. Ripped to 3rd and caught. And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. That one catches the zone. That's strike 1.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Next offering in there for a strike. 0-2 now. Meindroth wants another look at the called strike. It's a challenge. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. They'll keep both their challenges. And a strike.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
That missed by a lot. Now 2-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. Lifted in the air, out to left. 2 up, 2 down. Here's the catcher, Kyle Teel. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And that one inside and hit him. Caught looking his first time up.
Ball 1.
Teel, the runner at first with 2 gone. And he grounds one to the right side. And that's just foul. Out to center. And that is that. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. All tied 1-1. Back in Seattle, and now for Seattle, Dominic Canzone. Tap foul at the plate. Line drive to short and caught.
Batting ninth, the second baseman, Young.
In the air, left field. Benintendi settles underneath it, takes it in for the out. Back to the top of the Seattle order, and now it's Julio Rodriguez. Flied to right his first time. He swings and fouls one off. Backed off the plate that time.
Ball 2.
2 down, nobody on. Out towards right center field. And that is that. As we go to the top of the 4th. Now here's the cleanup hitter for the White Sox, Miguel Vargas.
You know, these White Sox doing a great job, Boog, of just waiting for the right pitch to come their way, and I'm seeing very patient at-bats out of him. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense. You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Popped up. Young should have this one. And there's one down.
Up next for the White Sox,
Benintendi, the former first-round pick, Golden Spikes Award winner.
Benintendi.
And that drops in for a strike. Went with the sweeper for the strike.
Well, he didn't like those first 2 pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole, he's going to have to battle. Hope he gets a mistake.
Sets him down on strikes. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one. Munetaka Murakami steps to the plate for the White Sox. First pitch, and he has to get out of the way.
No, that's
count,
a ball.
Great hitter at the dish. If you're going to miss, you've got to miss outside the zone. You miss inside the strike zone, you'll be asking the umpire for a new baseball.
Hard liner, and that's a base hit. And now a 2-out opportunity for Austin Hayes.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. Nice line drive to the pull side right there. But he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
2 gone, but the go-ahead run is at first. Top half of inning number 4. And this one squirts away from the catcher. So a wild pitch allows the runner to advance.
Gonna have to buckle down and make a pitch or two to get out of this little jam he's worked himself into after the 2-out hit, then that wild pitch. Good time to step.
And that is that. On to the bottom of the 4th. Bottom 4, and stepping in for the Mariners, Brendan Donovan. That one lifted to left. Benintendi takes it in for the out. 1 up, 1 down.
Up next for the Mariners, the first baseman, number 12, Josh Naylor.
All tied up. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Ripped, but it curls foul.
Well, that ball is hit pretty hard and sure had home run distance, but if you're the pitcher out there on the mound, you execute it. Just a long strike. You go after him and finish him off.
That one misses. Ball 2. Bunted back towards the pitcher. Fires over to first.
That's an out.
They handle the bunt and get the out.
Well, I'm pretty. We took a look around the infield to see where they were playing before laying that one down, and everyone was playing back. You assume that's going to be a pretty easy knock, but he just couldn't put it down in the right spot to allow him to beat that out. Maybe the right idea, but he just couldn't pull it off.
That is the inning. And 1, 2, 3 go the Mariners. Still tied 1-1. Ready now for the 5th inning. So now it's the White Sox DH, Edgar Quero. On the ground, Young handles, throws to first. 1 pitch and 1 out. That one off the mark. Ball 1.
This game has been so tight. Feels like the next team to score will win it.
Ball.
And that's through there for a strike. Base hit center field. So the 1-out hit turns the lineup over. And the batter now, Chase Meidroff. There's a strike. And a 1-2. Fights it off. You'll see another. 1 away, tie game, go-ahead run stands at first. And we're at the top of the 5th. Arozarena under it. Makes the grab. Inside, almost got him.
Outside.
Acuna leads off first with 2 down to the inning. And that is cut on and missed. And the count 2-1. Lifted in the air, right center field. It gets down, a base hit. Throws to second, rounds third, headed for the plate. He scores and they have the lead.
Well, here we are, 3rd time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
On the corner at the knees for a strike. Ground ball to the right side. Naylor takes it himself. They limit the damage here. RBI double for the M's. And it's now a 2-1. Back at T-Mobile Park. And now for Seattle, Victor Robles. And there's a base hit. And they have their first base runner since the 2nd inning.
Up next for the Mariners, the catcher, Raleigh.
Drilled in the air out towards right center. Acuna moving under it. And there's 1 away.
Up next.
Now at the plate, Leo Rivas. 0 for 1 so far. Robles runs. Pitch in for a strike. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
But with a good arm behind the dish, it's definitely a roll of the dice here to try to steal second base. Man, he can zip it down there so quickly. That was a pretty good throw as well, but really good clean.
And it's out of reach after the slow first step. Into third now. So runners at the corners and 1 out.
Designated hitter, Dominic Canso.
Now there's a bullet down the line. And that's a fair ball. 1 runs in. Hayes fires it in. Runner holds at third, so just 1 across on the play.
Well, we're starting over again, all tied up. Ripped that one down the line and kept it fair. And even when you hit it that far out front, you still have to keep your hands tight to your body so you don't hook around that baseball and put it in foul territory. And that right there was perfect.
2 on, 1 out. And that one. Fouled off. Traffic on the bases with 1 already in. Last half of inning number 5. Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. In time for the second out. Good job to. It up after the drop third strike. Julio Rodriguez coming to the plate now in a big spot. Yeah, don't need much damage here, just a base hit, likely will score 2. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. And that is foul.
Well, he knows they don't want to give him anything to hit, but when you've got opportunities to drive in runs, you've got to expand the zone. He's capable of going out there and doing damage with it.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. Not in time. He's safe, but all the runners hold. Now a bullet to second base, but he's got it to end the inning. RBI double for the M's. 2-2 game. Back here in a close one, and a look now at some of the biggest plays from the game. Miguel Vargas steps to the plate for the White Sox.
Miguel Vargas.
And a strike on the outside edge. High fly ball lifted in the air right field. Hops over the wall, and that's an automatic double. And here comes the Mariners manager to the mound. Carlos Vargas will take over here.
Chicago.
Yeah, that's fouled off. Swinging a foul out of play. The White Sox with the go-ahead run standing at second. And we're in the top half of the sixth.
Nasty backdoor slider. There's really nothing you can do with that if you swing at it. So it's a good take by him.
1-2 now. This one in the air center field. Rodriguez under this one. And there's one down.
Up next in Chicago, the first base.
Go ahead run on base. Munetaka Murakami digs in now.
Home plate umpires trying to tighten things up a little bit.
Right side hard hit. Toss to Naylor. Play is made, 2 out. Vargas on third with 2 out. And that one fouled off. Stays alive. The 0-2. And that one hit 97 on the gun. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Huge strikeout. Well, we go bottom 6, and stepping in for the Mariners, Josh Naylor. That one fouled off.
Well, these Mariners, as you probably noticed, haven't been shy at the plate at all. In fact, they've probably been too aggressive at times. One thing that stands out.
Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. The flip. And they get it.
He's out.
The misplay made it a bit messy, but they cleaned things up for the out. High fly ball, right field. Hayes on the move. Out number 2.
So those first pitch numbers tell me they should try to find a way to slow this game down a bit. Things have been moving just too quickly for them at times.
Swing and a bouncer, but it kicks foul. Two down, nobody on. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Ripped in the air, left field, and a touchdown for a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive. And up next for Seattle, Cal Raleigh. In the dirt. And the 1-0. Robles runs. Pitch misses. Throw in the air. Save.
Yeah, I like being aggressive right there with 2 outs. It's kind of a classic steal situation. You get thrown out, no big deal. That guy at the plate leads off the next inning. Now, a single to the outfield can push a run across.
He gets the intentional walk here, and now will force at any base with 2 gone. Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Shane Smith won't go any further, and a pretty Brandon Iser on the pitch here. Runners on the move. Strike in there.
No.
Throw to third.
Hey.
Too late. Save. Double steal.
Wow, that's a pretty elite throwing arm right there from the catcher spot. Pretty daring for him to try to steal third right there, but he gets the bag. Maybe the element of surprise.
Oh, now this one gets away at the plate. In time. Nicely done to get out of the jam. 6 innings behind us, all square. Back in Seattle, top of inning number 7, Edgar Quero steps to the plate for the White Sox. Dismissed. That one finds the zone, and it's a ball and a strike. Way inside. Goes down looking.
Well, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there.
Here comes the skipper. New arm out of the... Edward Bizardo. He has a great slider with tons of movement.
Ball, no.
Chopper right side. Young tosses to first, and 2 away to start the 7th.
The batter, number 10.
Back to the top of the order now. Chase Meidroff will hit next. And
outside.
that misses
Ball
off the
2.
outside edge. Ground ball up the middle. And he'll be safe at first.
Did a nice job getting there. Good throw, but very difficult to get anybody on that one as far as you had to go and throw. You know?
Yeah, no question. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. That is strike 2.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
So that's 2 straight 2-out hits.
Back-to-back base hits. He got that front foot down, and pitch recognition was on point. Pretty impressive for an 0-2 count. Now that sets up a huge at-bat in this ball game.